Welcome back to Daytime Live. Right now, we're happy to have with us a Canadian, Jamaican, and Nigerian powerhouse actress, writer, and producer, Olunike Adeliyi.
Hey,
welcome.
Look at you.
Listen, I will leave him with it. I will leave him. It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
So I was like, wow, you have Jamaican heritage, you have Nigerian heritage. So which parent is from where?
My mom is Jamaican and my father is Nigerian.
Oh,
so I'd like to say best of Africa, best of the islands.
I love that.
Fire.
So
Just
what was
fire.
it like growing up then?
It was interesting. They're two very different but also very similar people. I grew up mostly with my mom, so I'm very familiar with the Jamaican side more, and I was also raised here when I was younger. But they both definitely did not want me to go into the arts.
And then you did it.
Right, in both cultures, it's like engineering, medicine, or law. Pick one. But yeah.
Well, that actually leads right into the next question. How did you get started into that?
Ooh, I think, well, I mean, you know, as when you're young and in the church with your grandparents and that, you're just on the stage all the time, whether you're doing like, you know, plays at Christmas or Easter
or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so that was just something that was a part of me growing up, even in school. So like I always did like drama club and singing in the choir all through my schooling years.
Nice.
So how did that lead you to Canada?
Well, Canada, I was born there. Yeah,
gotcha.
so I was born there, then I was taken here to be raised.
Okay, so you started out or continued with the arts in Canada. That's where you
Well,
studied.
no. I started it here in Jamaica at church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then went to Canada to study?
I went to Canada to be with my mom and that because like she was there making her life, right? So while I was there, it was a teacher that noticed that I had a good singing voice and
talent,
like and that just expressive nature that I always had. And they asked me to try out for the play, and then I did. And I saw, you know, the effects that I had on an audience, and of course the bug was right there. I caught it. I caught the bug, and the rest is history.
Awesome.
Love it.
It's really interesting how many creative careers stem from a church platform. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a place that kind of gives you that freedom to express yourself like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Musically, those things tend to come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it should be nurtured. It should be.
Yeah, I agree. Tell us a little bit about shows or films that you featured in and are currently in.
Oh, that's a
long list.
Catalog bossy. Yeah.
Yes, girl, bro. Do you want me to do it for you?
I have no
pull that collar. Well, we'll start with what you can remember.
Well, I mean, I think most people recognize me in the TV series Working Moms because it's on Netflix, so that's a global audience. Saw. The horror film Saw. I mean, there's so many different things and so many different experiences, and even with the Mike Tyson story. So I played his mother in Mike on Hulu.
Yes.
But what's coming out too this whole year, it's just a lot. But right now we're anticipating the film Flint Strong, where I play Claressa Shields' mom. So funny because Claressa and Mike Tyson, they're friends. And so I got to play both their moms.
Both their moms.
But it's a pretty big thing. And yeah, Revenge of the Black Best Friend, that's a really big one that won me the Canadian Screen Award, which is our highest honor in Canada for actors.
See, we're helping you out. We're helping you out.
Right. My brain just goes, but yeah, The Porter was very special. That was really special. That was Canada's first biggest Black-led show.
Beautiful.
Which was fantastic. And it was nice to see yourself on a billboard in Times Square. That's pretty cool.
Yes, that is. Wow. So as I'm listening to you, before we came on air, I asked you about if you had like a nickname, a pet name.
Oh.
And you do. What's the pet name?
Well, I don't know if it's a pet name because like my whole name, right, is Wendy Olunike Adeliyi, right? Wendy means wanderer, you know, from Peter Pan, right?
Yes.
Olunike, God gives me more love and joy. Adeliyi, crown of great honor and value. So my mom's side, like the Jamaican side, they'll call me Wendy because, I mean, it is my first name. Or my grandmother used to say, Adeliyi. Come here to me, Adeliyi. But my dad's side, they call me Nike.
And your dad chose the name Wendy.
Yeah.
Tell us that story.
My dad basically chose my whole name, if you
Wow.
really think about it,
Yeah,
right?
true.
But Wendy, he was fascinated with a black female newscast person, and so he was like, I like her, you know, and so that's where my name came from. But I appreciate it because
Yeah,
I am a wanderer too.
Yeah, and for me, it's like it created your destiny too.
Yeah.
Because look at you now, you know. One day somebody's probably looking at you now to say, I'm going to name my daughter after you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I'd be honored, you
I'm
know.
sure it will
That's
happen because I really love the name. What's the origin of the name?
Nigerian.
Olunike.
Yeah, Nigerian. Yoruba specifically. Yeah, very powerful.
Okay,
Are
Clive
you-
is getting excited.
When you Clive, a bus shot over there, bus blank. Pop, pop. All right, so when you're in Jamaica, though, what's the first food dish that you must have?
The dish?
Yeah.
Oh, curry goat and white rice. For sure.
Great.
Yeah. But I always end up getting a patty first because that's what it is at the
Yeah,
airport.
quicker.
It's much quicker
Yeah.
and you just have to
Which
taste
one?
that patty.
Beef, chicken.
I do like beef,
Beef, okay.
patties.
Hold on,
yeah.
man, I can test the heritage a little bit
Yeah,
now. So
why
your
not?
curry goat now, you like
yeah.
it mild, spicy, or well spicy?
I'd say spicy. I don't know well spicy because I don't want to ruin the taste of the food. Sometimes it can happen, but I do like it spicy. It always reminds me of just living on like in a farm atmosphere with my grandfather, my grandmother, and watching that whole preparation from like the beginning to, and so there's an honor kind of in that sacrificial.
Okay.
And, yeah. But don't eat as much meat anymore. I'm trying to cut it down. But
Understood.
I'm gonna have to taste it.
You have to taste it a little bit, yeah. So you were actually you were mentioning a few things that are coming out, but is there anything you are scripting right now that you wouldn't mind sharing?
Well, I mean, I can't share too much, but I am working on something for myself. You know, it's time to put on different hats, you know. So I've been
Yes.
getting into the executive producer space. So the last few projects I've been EPing on those and writing. I just did a huge writing retreat in Costa Rica because it's time that I pen my story. You know?
Yes.
And it'd be wonderful to just pen my story from my roots to getting into Hollywood, right?
Oh, so that means you're going to merge the cultures in that, yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely, because it's fun to see how our cultures, being Nigerian, being Jamaican,
Yes.
how they're different and how they're
They're similar.
Right.
Yes.
And I am the literal, like, embodiment
Yes,
of those
it.
two
I'm
fun
telling you.
cultures. So, I mean, anything can happen, right?
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Those things are always awesome.
Yeah.
What is it though that you would love to see for the film and television industry here in Jamaica?
Oh, well, I would like to see more artists nurtured, especially in the acting world, like acting schools and that. I would love that. I know you have Edna Manley, which is wonderful. I've seen so many plays there, which is great. But it would be nice if it started from an earlier age to nurture those skills, because storytelling is the oldest, art form that we have. Storytelling for our culture as Black people on the planet is how we have preserved our history, is how we have, respected folklore, like Anansi, right? And so it would be wonderful to see children nurtured from a very young age to be in the arts in that way. Because, I mean, it did well for me. I wasn't necessarily always nurtured, but I was always nurtured to perform.
Yes,
and we can be more than just an engineer and doctor and lawyer. Those are fantastic professions. But what about if that child was able to be the next Angela Bassett?
Awesome.
Right, exactly.
Tell us, Olunike, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, Olunike Adeliyi, on Twitter, @Olunike. But yeah, you can reach out on those two platforms because, I tend to answer people. I don't know how good that is. But it's
That is a yard thing.
Like, hey, thank you.
We are not
They're
answering.
hard. Like, I respond.
Yeah, and so people will message you because you do that. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's
everybody.
wonderful having you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, everybody. Catch Olunike on the must-watch series, Mike. On that note, Daytime Live will be right back. And when we come back, we have a music video from MIA. Stay tuned.
Hey.